There's a specific moment, and you know exactly the one I mean. The tickle starts deep in your nose, your breath catches, your eyes start to water and squeeze shut, and in that half second, you understand something a little frightening. You are about to completely lose control of your own body, and there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. You can't talk yourself out of it, you can't muscle through it. For one full second, your brain hands the controls to something older and deeper, and you just have to let it happen. And when it fires, it fires. A single sneeze launches a cloud of up to 40,000 tiny droplets out of your face. And according to research from MIT, that cloud doesn't just fall to the floor, it travels. It can carry as far as 8 meters, 26 feet, clear across an entire room. In one violent, involuntary second, your body turns your face into a weapon and unloads it, whether you wanted to or not. But here is the part that should really get you. About a quarter of the people watching this right now have a secret hidden in their genes. They sneeze when they step into bright sunlight. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've always done it and never thought about why. And the unsettling truth is, scientists still cannot fully explain it. We're going to come back to that, so keep it in the back of your mind. In fact, if there's a bright window near you right now, glance toward it in a minute and see what happens. You might just prove the mystery on yourself. Because the sneeze is not the simple little thing you think it is. It is one of the most violent, precise, ancient, and genuinely mysterious things your body does. And hidden inside it are secrets about your genes, your brainstem, and an emergency reboot system you never knew you had. So let's actually take it apart. Why do we sneeze? And what is happening in that 1 second when your body completely overrides you? Start with the fact that you are not the one sneezing. Not really. When something irritates the lining of your nose, dust, pollen, a stray pepper molecule, a virus, tiny sensors fire off a signal along a nerve called the trigeminal nerve, straight to a cluster of neurons deep in your brainstem that scientists actually call the sneeze center. And the moment that center decides a sneeze is happening, you are no longer in charge. The brainstem takes over and runs a precise, coordinated, full-body sequence. A deep breath in, the throat sealing shut, the chest and abdominal muscles clamping down to build enormous pressure behind that trapped air. And then, all at once, the release. The glottis snaps open, and the whole thing erupts out of you at once. It's an exquisitely choreographed explosion, and it runs entirely without your permission, because it's far too important to leave up to you. So why would your body build something this powerful, this involuntary, this aggressive, and keep it on a hair trigger? For a long time, the answer seemed obvious: to blow out whatever's irritating you. Clear the dust, eject the germ, get the bad thing out of your nose. And that's true. But in 2012, a researcher named Noam Cohen at the University of Pennsylvania discovered the sneeze is doing something far more elegant than just blowing your nose. It's rebooting it. Here's what that means. The inside of your nose is lined with millions of microscopic hairs called cilia, and these cilia are constantly beating in waves, sweeping mucus, along with all the trapped dust and bacteria and viruses stuck in it, back and out of your airway. It's a cleaning conveyor belt that runs all day, every day. And Cohen found that a sneeze acts like a system reset for that entire conveyor belt. The blast of a sneeze sends a signal that essentially reboots the cilia, snapping them back into a strong, coordinated rhythm, clearing the system and restarting the whole cleaning process. It's the biological equivalent of turning it off and on again. Control-Alt-Delete for your nose. And tellingly, in people with chronic nasal disease, this reset doesn't work properly. The reboot fails. The sneeze you find so annoying is actually a sophisticated maintenance system protecting your lungs from everything you breathe. Now, back to the sunlight, because this is where it gets truly strange. Somewhere between 18 and 35% of all people have what's formally called the photic sneeze reflex. The condition even has a wonderfully nerdy nickname that spells out ACHOO. Autosomal dominant compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst. Autosomal dominant is the important part. It means it's genetic and it's inherited. It runs in families. If you sneeze when you walk out into the sun, there's a good chance one of your parents does too, and you got it from them, written directly into your DNA.
But why would light make you sneeze?
Light has nothing to do with your nose, and the leading theory is that it's a case of crossed wires in your nervous system. Remember that trigeminal nerve, the one that carries the something's in your nose signal? It runs very close to the nerves that handle your eye's reaction to bright light. The idea is that in some people, when a flood of bright light hits and triggers the eye's response, the signal essentially leaks over into the neighboring sneeze pathway. Your brain gets a crossed message. It feels the light in your eyes and somehow reads it as an itch in your nose and fires off a sneeze. Your body, in a sense, mistakes the sun for a speck of dust. And the honest scientific position is that we still don't completely understand it. A reflex that a third of humanity carries, triggered by sunlight, and it remains a partial mystery. So, did you glance at that window yet? And here's another strange detail your body keeps from you. You don't sneeze in your sleep. When you're in the deep, dreaming stage of sleep, the sneeze reflex is switched off. The neurons that would normally fire are suppressed. Your brain disarms the entire system while you dream, which is why a tickle that would absolutely make you sneeze while awake just doesn't while you're out. Given how powerful this reflex is, you might be tempted to fight it, to pinch your nose and clamp your mouth shut and hold it in. Don't. In 2018, doctors documented the case of a man who suppressed a sneeze by sealing off his nose and mouth, and the trapped pressure, which had nowhere to go, actually tore a hole in the back of his throat. It's rare, but it's a real reminder that the force behind a sneeze is no joke, and your body really, really wants it to come out. And while we're clearing things up, no, your eyes will not pop out if you keep them open during a sneeze. Closing them is just part of the reflex, but you can override it with effort, and nothing dramatic happens. No, your heart does not stop when you sneeze. And no, sneezes don't actually travel at 100 miles an hour. That's an exaggeration that got repeated until it felt true. The reality is impressive enough without the myth. Humans have always sensed there was something otherworldly about the sneeze, this sudden, total seizure of the body that comes from nowhere. For thousands of years, people treated it as a moment when something crossed a threshold. The ancient Greeks read sneezes as omens, signals from the gods. There's a famous account from the writer Xenophon, leading a trapped army, giving a desperate speech about their hopes of survival. And right at that moment, a soldier sneezed. The entire army took it as a sign from the gods that they would be saved, and their morale surged. A single sneeze at the right moment changed the spirit of an army. And the reason we still say "bless you" today traces back through centuries of belief that a sneeze was a spiritually dangerous moment, that the soul might briefly leave the body, or that you needed protection at the instant of the blast. We didn't understand the biology, but we always understood that a sneeze was a moment when, for 1 second, you were not entirely yourself. So let's bring it together, because the reframe is worth holding on to. The sneeze is not a malfunction. It's not just a rude little interruption or a sign you're getting sick. It is one of the most sophisticated defense systems your body owns. A violent, precisely engineered emergency reboot, firing automatically to clear and protect your airway, running on circuitry so old and so important that your body refuses to let your conscious mind interfere with it. It overrides you precisely because it's protecting you, and it can't afford to wait for permission. So here is what I want to leave you with. The next time you feel that tickle rising, that breath catching, that 1 second of total surrender approaching, and you brace yourself for the loss of control, I want you to remember what's really happening. That isn't weakness. It isn't your body betraying you. It's an ancient, automatic guardian deciding, faster than any thought you could form, that protecting you matters more than letting you stay in charge. For 1 second, your oldest reflexes take the wheel, do their job, and hand control right back. And if you sneezed in the sunlight today, if you're one of that quiet third of humanity who does, then that was something even more intimate.